Well, Wagwado Focarinos, thank you for tuning in. I'm only just setting the live stream up. Commentary will not begin until the beginning of qualifying. So I'm going to leave you with the free practice, as I believe the NXTGEN lads like it this way, and we'll see you in an hour and 11 minutes time. Ciao ciao. Well, Wagwado, Focarinos, it's your boy TMK. We're back at it with another live stream commentary, and today we're back with the boys of NXTGEN as they continue to battle it out for their Season 3 GT3 series, and we find ourselves at Misano today for round 5 of the NXTGEN series, and we've just got the green light for the qualifying session now underway. First out on the pits is number 7, followed by number 99, Hempy. So hopefully we see the NXTGEN's Bean and Lager there, Stuart and John. I won't keep calling you John though. No, you don't like it, Bean. But nevertheless, all drivers begin to make their way out on track with a 20-minute qualifying session for round 5 here at Misano. I am soon to have the scoreboard, so I will update you all on that as qualifying unveils. Hopefully we don't have an incident like we did last week, but that is motorsport at the end of the day. And if I believe, it's a beautiful camera shot there. We'll be reading the straights and corner names out. So as the first set of drivers begin to pass the start finish, you can see all the blue dots turn to grey, which I'm going to assume means that they are still within a validated lap. Okie doke. So, I promised you a scoreboard, and I'm going to give you one. So, top 4. And you might be asking, well, why is it reading the top 4 and not the top 3? Well, 4 is an important number for me, and ultimately 4th is my favourite position in motorsport because you are right behind the podium pack. So nevertheless, we have Stewart in the 46 Bentley, with an updated livery, paying love to the British flag that is Bentley. And we've got the legend, the pit connoisseur. Eyes can find him. There he is. The number 2 Lexus. So we just let the camera man finish. NXTGEN traverse his way through these corners. And oh no, that's gone off. Can. Current provisional 5th, but on the points board is 2nd. And NXTGEN Stewart has 67 points. Who can Lucan with 66 points, and with 63 points we have NXTGEN's Hankin. And I said I'd give you 4th. We'll read the rest out as the race progresses. The top 4 competing for NXTGEN Racing GT3 World Tour is RV Motorsport with 56 points. We do have V-Spec with 54, Coal Fighter with 53, Pincher with 51, NXTGEN's Bean with 46. So this guy is in 4th position on the leaderboards in the number 410 GT3 Mercedes with 56 points, only 7 behind P3 of Hankin and 11 from the leader NXTGEN's Lagerman. Stewart currently in provisional P2, which is going to put him on the front of the grid, but we do have just under 14 minutes left of qualifying plus the last lap, so if anything is able to change as he is behind NXTGEN's Bean. Now in provisional. Oh no, knocked off again. It's my favourite position, P4. So that puts Leafy in the 18 Audi with a .420, taking a trip to the beach. Mr. Fight It in the number 7, Matt Black, and Ferrari, as opposed to Beans, shall we say satin black. Ferrari in second position. With only a .384. But if RV Motorsports 410 Mercedes is going to be gapping these guys by close to a half second per lap, he's going to find himself very quickly in a comfortable position. And it looks like the 7 Ferrari with the yellow auxiliary lights. A little bit easier to read. Purple or red is the easiest. If anyone's watching this and put your auxiliary light colour at the bottom right of the edit into red or purple, it makes it a lot easier for me to see your abbreviation, name and position. There we can see he's in current P3. As the qualifying continues here at Misano, NXTGEN's lag has pushed his way back up from 4th into provisional 2nd place. Only a .27 behind the 410 Mercedes, now in the pits making adjustments. So that puts Hank in. Oh no, he's now pushed himself up to 5th on the grid. 3rd row. Make his way through the right-hand corner of Misano. Now a good time than any to begin learning the corner names. So as we're on board with the 108 Bentley, make his way up the start, finish straight and into the first corner here. Call this one Del Parco, which is a multitude of corners, 1, 2, 3, 4 it's saying. And now he makes his way to the first of the 3 corners of Curva del Rio, and exiting Del Rio up the straight. Just want to be getting the best exit we can here up to the Curva Quercia. And up to the right-hander of Curva Tramonto, which is leading you onto the longest straight section here at Misano. And I love this section because, I mean, you look at the camber, you can see the camber first of all. For drivers, it's just an awesome corner. You do have to get it right, otherwise you'll go wide. So you know, you've got to make sure that you're turning in properly. But you can tell as the cars are going through there as well, as you can see the suspension working to its maximum. The cars are put under extreme limits, and Misano is very much a track for drivers. All corners, beautiful my friend, all corners have camber working in favour of the driver. So it's just a case of maximising the camber available here. Whereas Snetterton, for instance, a track that I'm currently familiar with this week, running for the Macabre Cup, round 4. Some of the corners have a lot of camber that work in your advantage, and then suddenly just drop off with absolutely nothing helping you at all, and the road bending away from the apex. So it's quite a challenging track, but here at Misano you can clearly see that they've driven it, or made it so the drivers can push their cars to the limits. You can see again, like the camber here, look at that, the road fades away, there's that much. So we're going to see what drivers are capable of exploiting that camber here of Misano with only over 6 minutes left to go of qualifying. We have K Pincher in P1. The 410 Mercedes in P2. Giving us a wheelie. I like that. Maximum effort. And NXTGEN's Stewart still holding on to podium position for qualifying and second on the grid for the start. Ready for those red lights to drop. And in my favourite position we have the number 7 Ferrari, who is chasing down the number 99 Lexus of Hempy. Or he was. So the 7 Ferrari, he seems to be putting in a pretty decent lap time. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I'm commentating for a lot of eSports series at the minute, so there's a lot of cars plastered into my brain right now. But the 7 Ferrari's been fighting with the 69 Ferrari of B. So he's running in second position, PLY. Again, anyone listening, change your auxiliary lights to red and the abbreviation to your name. Lucan, WKL, CL, sorry. NXTGEN, Hankin, NXH maybe, I don't know. NXTGEN Bean, NXB. Makes it a little bit more interactive for me as a commentator as I begin to learn all your names. And we have a blue flag waved there from the marshal. Let faster drivers through, please. Urban Turtle in the 946 Lexus with a red auxiliary light. He's already put his to red. Looks like a hint of orange, but I can just see that so much clearly. I do think purple's the best, but I do see red a lot clearer than the standard white LED. But nevertheless, we continue here with Kevin under pressure. Shall we say pressure? But with the 69 Ferrari, maybe capitalising on the slipstream. Yellow's quite a good colour. Purple's my favourite. So with 3 minutes to go, the 77 Audi driven by Mr. Pincher, who I believe took home P1 last week for round 4 of NXTGEN's Season 3 GT3 World Tour. And NXTGEN's Lager, if I'm believing correctly, again was sort of midway through the grid. I can't remember if he was caught up with the accident, but had a solid pit yet again and keeps coming up with some pretty decent positions. So it's going to be interesting to see this one fight it out, if indeed he is on the first of the grids. As we wait for the green, putting the 7 Ferrari and the 410 Mercedes, who was currently leading on pole position, now on the second grid. As we close our way down to the start here at Misano. We've got a few drivers in the grid, and will we see the number 410 Mercedes get himself on a podium? Well, about halfway through the lap, we're about to find out. Still in fourth, but only 0.4 away from who, I'm pretty sure anyone who knows watching this, driven by the very fast 77 K-Pincher. And Lucan, pit connoisseur, maximising slip angle there, it seemed. Perhaps, I'm not sure. It is an absolute tool and a half, though, I can say that much, slip angle. But using slip angle for every corner, lap after lap, is, you gotta be an alien. So, with qualifying under wraps, we still have Pincher out on track, but not actually doing anything, and the 46 Bentley still out on track. Only a 0.1, looking to knock Pincher off, so we will stay on board as we now end this qualifying session, as he now brings his 46 Bentley up to the start-finish straight. Will he capitalise? Yes! So he's knocked off the 77 Audi. Another 0.3 of a second there on that last lap. That's why it's worth staying out. Doesn't matter who you are. It just goes to show what that last lap can do. So that's put him on still the first grid, but nevertheless pole position here, as we wait for these red lights to drop after the formation lap here for round 5 excuse me, at Misano. And the 7 Ferrari with a 0.333, knocking the very fast 410 Mercedes off a podium, but nevertheless is on the second grid. And on third grid we've got the 69 Ferrari, the second, number 2 Lexus, sorry, dyslexia is getting to me a bit. 1, 2, 3, and on the fourth grid we've got the 18 Audi and the fellow Audi and Legend 44 Hankin. And fifth on the grid we have the 34 and number 99 Lexus, followed by the 66 Mercedes, the 98 Ferrari, 11 Lexus, 14 Honda. I didn't realise There we go. Treating us to what we all want. Oh dear. I've completely lost my track of thought. Who's the... Yeah, it was you, wasn't it? Oh, okay. So we're gonna go on here, and we're gonna go on board with Paul, the Helicam man, back again, drafted in. He's always drafted in to broadcast the TV shots from the helicopter. So thank you, Paul. Hope you're doing well up there, and you can hear me under the noise of those helicopters. But with 50 seconds left to go, we have the 7.7 Audi. See, we've got first grid, and you've got the next gen's Bentley. Realistically, so you see, this is what I was going to say, because sometimes you can take pole, but you're actually on the outside of the first corner. So, but actually second position. And that makes me consider if P3, I'm trying to remember his number, Ferrari, anyway, in the Ferrari, Mr. Fighter, I do know that, as next gen's been right behind. They're always fighting. It's very interesting where they've positioned themselves at Misano, because previous races completely and utterly dictate otherwise, as we now are leaving the grid. And Lucan giving all drivers at Next Gen the good luck they deserve. Let's hope we don't have a repeat of last week. It's very difficult, and it's never really anyone's fault. Well, it is someone's fault, but it's always difficult to get the cleanest of starts. So let's hope people give each other space on this 5-car width track at Misano. Very strange. Assetto Corsa has some very strange settings for spectator mode. What a beautiful grid that is, as everyone gets together for round 5 of the Next Gen GT3 World Series. I am excited for this one, and nervous at the same time for any race start. Now begin to make their way up to the penultimate corners of Misano. They make their way through Curva del Carro and up to the penultimate corner here at Misano, Curva Misano. So they've named the penultimate corner of Misano, Misano. Which I think that's cool, because realistically you're here at Misano, you're entering the final corner of your race into Misano, ready to take pole. So now, as all drivers begin to line up in formation, waiting for those red lights to drop. We are gonna get those green, and there it is. We get the green. All drivers push their accelerator flat to the floor, battling it out up to the first corner here of Del Parco. We have the 77 Audi take first position, NXTGEN Stewart in second, the 410 taking third. Swapping third and fourth position from the Mercedes and Ferrari, and we have NXTGEN's been in fifth, all in close pursuit. As all drivers now make their way through Del Parco and up towards Del Rio. Are we going to see any moves happen here? Mercedes looks like he's got a good run out, but the Bentley also seems to have got a good run out, not being able to capitalise there. We've got the Ferraris still in the same position with the Lexuses, looking like they go side by side. Not sure whether that was a loss of traction as I look at the rear of the grid. Paul, the Helicam man, doing an absolutely beautiful job here as we continue to follow the P3 410 Mercedes hunt the 46 Bentley down. And Lucan only a 2.67 behind 69 Ferrari of Bean, as they now come up to the start-finish straight, completing what is lap 1 of this 1 hour sprint here at Misano. NXTGEN still hunting. Identical 488 of Mr. Fighter. Has been looks to go defensive there into Curva Cuseria and up to Curva Tramonto. Do all drivers go as the Constantina effect comes into play? NXTGEN's been now under pressure from Lucan. What a beautiful shot that is. Lucan seems to be running a pretty solid race. What can he make happen here as he works his way through Curva del Caro and up towards the penultimate corner of Misano? Can he get a good run out of here as he works his way up to Del Parco? As all drivers now beginning to comfortably find their fighting packs. We have Mr. Pincher in P1 yet again. However, the Bentley working with the 410 Mercedes. Oh, no he isn't. 410 Mercedes just showing his nose there to the 46 Bentley. Not sure whether he's wanting to apply pressure, see whether he can make a mistake unfold on the Bentley, as he perhaps is. Not sure whether he's looking to make a position there or whether he is just wanting to put pressure. The orange, black, white British Bentley, as all drivers keep their foot planted through this section, heavy braking section. You want to use a little bit of that oversteer to just chuck the car in. Both drivers maximising track width, and away they go. Through Misano, 410, maybe three car lengths to go, not able to do anything on that lap. We have the 98 Ferrari, only less than 0.3 of a second. Sorry, 0.7 now is the Delta update, so he's lost 0.4, but looks like he may have gained that back again. But that is the beauty of motorsport. Leafy at 0.148, looks like he's going for that move on the inside of the 34 Lexus, and now the 44 Audi right in the tail, now looking to want to take position. This is most certainly a fight indeed as we jump on board with the Helicam man Paul giving us a better view, and the 44 Audi getting a good run on Leafy. Leafy may decide to take the inside line with a switchback. Yes, he does. What's the Audi going to do? The Audi's going to have to give him the room, which he has. Can he now get the switchback on the 44 Audi? See, there is a pack of 4 cars as the Bentley, the 108 Bentley, running wide now in the midst of the 4 cars here, fighting it out for position. What are we going to see unfold as all drivers keep their accelerator pinned flat to the floor? Look at the suspension work to the maximum as they're all braking as straight as they can into a right-hand bend. It is a challenging track. You know, again, I mentioned earlier that the camber of this circuit is to help drivers, but nevertheless, limits are limits, and at the end of the day, you want to be finding them. You push that though, you are gonna know about it, especially on a track that's designed to maximize limits. So when it goes wrong, it is most certainly going to go wrong as Leafy in the chrome green number 18 Audi, currently P15, continues to hunt down the 44 and number 108 on track as they make their way up towards Del Parco. So they go, and Leafy on the inside of the identical, taking 2 positions away. What a fight. I'm going to have to I'll leave you with this shot for a moment. I just want to check the top. We've still got Pincher in the lead, 44 Audi, just taking that inside line, getting as close as he can, trying to apply as much pressure to the number 18 Audi. So this is going to be an interesting fight as the 108 Bentley is in hot pursuit of the 2 Audis, and we still have what was the beginning of lap 1's unfoldings. So we have 77, 46, 410 and 7 at the first 4. NXTGEN being still in 5th position, only a 0.6 behind Mr. Fighter. To go and into Cuercia and up to Tramonto. And Lucan a 0.3 behind the 69 Bean. So he is him, Bean, and the number 7 in 4th position. We're having a real big fight. The number 7 looks like he's made a mistake. He's giving the run to both cars, but shut off Lucan. which is going to mean that they're going to have given the 69 Ferrari a couple of tenths there. Maybe only a tenth by the looks of that. Lucan's probably going to be thinking, well, I'm going to need to make my move soon if I'm going to want to push back up the pack. Getting a chance of that P4, or maybe even a P3, as P3 fight it out with a duration of round 5 here at Misano. Lucan looking to get on the inside. Can he make anything happen? As they hurtle their way up to the very fast right-hand section. Of Cavone and into Curva del Caro and up to Misano. Does the number 2 Lexus Lucan go as he continues to chase down the 2 identical Ferraris of Fighter and NXTGEN's Beam? Definitely reference Lucan on track with the chrome purple alloys, the darker coloured Lexus, which I'm more of a fan of, if I'm honest. Looks better than the black, just my opinion. As the 77 Audi continues to lead the pack here at Misano. And we have number 44 Hankin. What's gone on here? So Hankin took P2 in last race and now is in P14, which it just goes to show how much, every race has an incredible outcome to the points. Positioning, obviously qualifying has a huge effect on race starts. Everyone's close together, people are going to be bumped up, we're going to be losing tenths, and now we are, I'm not sure what that is, maybe 15 seconds, if 20 seconds away from P1. Hankin's going to have to work as well as he can, take as many positions as he can, as he chases Leafy, and Leafy chasing Kevin in the 34 Lexus. We've still got an incredible fight. Just jump on board for a few moments here. As you can see, Paul the Helicam man with all 3 podium drivers in shot. I'll give you a very clear shot of that moment. And then we're going to jump back out onto the battle for P4. As yes, this is indeed what I thought we would be seeing. Oh, look at this. Has Lucan got a better run? He's on the inside line. It looks like he's had to just come off just a touch to make sure he's not hit the Ferrari, but he's got the inside line. He's kept that pressure. They're now side by side in the fastest section of Misano. Is he going to make it stick? The Ferrari wants that position. He's keeping it to the outside. He's wanted to hold on to that position and nearly gave the run to the other Lexus, which is the case when you're under pressure and someone makes that move. You come off the accelerator, that other person behind you is going to be gaining on you, as the fight behind them in the 98 and 66 fighting it out here at Misano. And points are precious. number, it is huge. Get the line right and you can just plant that accelerator to the floor. What can the number 99 do? All drivers are running an absolute solid race. You're beginning to see the rubber on the road, which is going to increase grip as well, and that will further increase as time goes on. So when these drivers get their new Pirelli softs on, grip is going to be at a maximum, so that is going to be the time to get the fastest lap. As you learn in the course, you're in the flow, you've rubbered the track. We've got a nice heated day here at Misano, which is going to be warming that track up nicely, meaning the Pirelli softs can work at their optimum temperatures. And all drivers are running at a pretty close grid here, and we're going to just jump on board with Jamo, who's hunting the 66 Mercedes down and being hunted by the number 11 Lexus, Mr. V-Spec. As we stay on board with Paul the Helicam man as he gets all 4 cars in shots. 5, 6, 7. Good work, Paul. Ferrari not looking to make a move, but just saying, look, it's coming. Applying that pressure, seeing if he maybe makes a mistake on the number 66 Mercedes. So just looking at the points here, and now looking at the actual standings. I'm going to jump on board with the leading pack. Anything... I say this a lot as well, but anything can happen, and it really can, because motorsport is somewhat of a cruel game. That's why I use a safety car in my series. It's a little bit more fun. It's always competitive, but, you know, people have a fun time, but motorsport is a cruel game. I'm just going to back out. I've just... Hankin. Oh, no, 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 no. Now hunting the 14 Honda down, and it's very rare you see the Honda on track, Honda GT3. But yeah, sorry, as I was mentioning, which is why I jumped on board with the leading pack number 46, Stewart, which I will go back in a minute and reiterate what I was about to say. I just noticed Hanking was looking like he was pushing to make a move. Looked like he was just trying to avoid the 14 Honda there, but as again he's applying that pressure. He's applying the pressure, he's not making the move, but he's letting him know that it's coming, so he just needs to get side by side to the Honda. driver's eye view. Oh. Have to go through and endure. Well, has he made it happen, or is the Honda going to get the switch back? We've got a fight here. Absorbed by this. Head down, eyes up. Taking it all in as the number 44, the legend that is Elliott, in 13th position. A lot of work left to do for the legend and drummer, but again I'm going to jump back on board with Hempy real quick, as you can see that the rear end just coming loose as we just jumped on board there with the 99 Lexus. What's he going to be able to do, as he clearly chases down the number 2 of Hukan Lukan, the pit legend. And I am going to jump aboard with the leading 3, but we need to give everyone their due time. And I'm going to jump on board with Hukan Lukan. Oh, yeah, boy. Who goes a little bit sideways. Sometimes you could use it as a slip angle. But I would assume we're closing in on the end of tyre life. So pit window is going to open soon. The drivers are obviously clearly dealing with the beginnings of loss of grip. So as they continue to fight it out, Hankin chasing down the number 18 and number 34, Leafy and Kevin. This has got me excited. We're nearly up to halfway of the pit window. I'm assuming it's a 10-minute pit window, which we will hear called in 61 seconds. Yep. And we have the exact same standings. Unfortunately, NXTGEN's Bean has dropped off. He's now 10 seconds behind P3. If he gets his tactic right, he can most certainly be in with the podium. He just has to get his tactic right and pit properly. I'm not going to explain any tactics at all, but again, if he gets it right, he is most certainly in for a podium. But NXTGEN's lager, look. Still in hot pursuit of the 77 Audi of Pincher. Pincher's going to continuously see that bright orange, huge Bentley GT3 with its incredible aerodynamics. And there we get the pit window. So we've got a 10-minute pit window open. What we're going to see the leading pack do, we are going to stay on board with these two, because at the end of the day, these are the podium pack fighting it out, as we have the Legend 46 Stewart in the much preferred livery, I think that looks a lot better. Maybe make the black chrome though, and red auxiliary lights, wink, wink. But neither of them have decided to pit as they make their way through Misano and Curva del Rocco. We'll stay on board with these three, see if we have any events unfold. I am going to have to back out because we seem to have an extremely close fight. It's not even a tenth, it's 3,000th. Or it was 3,000th. And now Leafy, first to pit for NXTGEN's Season 3 GT3 World Tour Round 5 here at Misano. Is the number 18 going to pit? 108, no, he flies down the start-finish straight. Is the number 96 Ferrari going to pit? Yes, he does. And we've got the 946. Let's see if he pits, because these have incredible differences to the outcome of races as he makes his way up to Misano, but instead goes through the pits. So that fight's disappeared. We've got Hukan Lukan, the pit connoisseur. Now in the middle of the number 7 Ferrari and the identical Lexus of Hempy in the number 99. As the podium pack all continue to stay out on track. Will the fight for P4 stay out on track? NXTGEN's Bean does. And all drivers continue to stay out on track as the number 18 Bob Leafy exits. Now right behind Bean, so this is what I'm saying, it has drastic effects. So let's see what happens when Bean pits and exits. So, let's back out and jump back on board. The number 410, as he rushes as fast as he can before slamming his brakes on and whacking that pit limiter on. If you've got your pit settings to manual, you save an incredible amount of time. Going into the pit window. So that means we've got NXTGEN's Stewart and the 77 Audi of K Pincher still fighting it out, and I'm not surprised that they are continuing to follow each other. It'll be interesting to see exactly how they decide to use the remainder of the 5-minute pit window as they close their way up to the start-finish straight. And look at this!
Keep pushing.
As we can see, 9 cars in shot there. I'm just staying on this view because, yes. Okay. So there you can see, 77 slamming on the brakes. Maximising as much of his time as he can, as the 46 Bentley remains out on track. So the 410 just crossing paths with 46 now, on the opposite side of the track, as the number 11 of V-Spec in the Lexus, as you can see, exits the pits. We're going to see what happens. So 46 left to pit. Going to keep a very close eye on him. So when he pits, we're going to stay on the 46, as his LCD in the horrible white LCD colour tells us that he is in provisional P1 stewards depending, although no incidents have occurred here at Season 3 Round 5 at Misano. Nervous at every start that I witnessed, but nevertheless we've had a wonderful start, and race pace always shows, so it's always good to just not push for position and just hunker down. At the end of the day, if you're faster, you're going to catch up. So with a few seconds remaining, and K Pincher now just exiting the pits, where is this gonna leave the 46 Bentley? Is he gonna pit? Yes. So we jump on board. There are no close fights as of yet. So with over half an hour remaining, we're going to treat you to a little bit of unadulterated Audi pornography. And the Audi GT3 car is a V10 engine, normally aspirated, a 5.2 litre engine, and it can produce up to 585 horsepower, obviously balance of performance depending. Now, the 46 is exiting the pits. There he is. Controlling that wheel. Listening to every little bit of force feedback. No, that's given. Oh, my brain's gone all funny. Gnarly pop in the 66 Mercedes, issued with a drive-through penalty from the stewards for track limits. And, oh, feeling for the 77 Audi, as he is in now 4th position, chasing the it is 4th because we've got the pit to update. So temperatures perhaps not quite at optimum, brake temperatures not quite at optimum, who knows. But as I was beginning to explain, see NXTGEN's been a very good friend of NXTGEN Stuart, exit the pits at the exact same time in universal unison there. NXTGEN's Stewart.
The window is now closed.
Has been handed a P1. Now, Pincher's an absolute solid driver. He is running an incredible race. He's had a spin and is only just directly behind the very quick P3 of the 410 Mercedes. So it just goes to show what kind of a driver Pincher is. Legendary. But nevertheless, and this is what I said earlier, it's the cruel reality of motorsport. You know, there's no need for a oh, where is he? There's no need for stewards. You know, nothing was wrong. And I think when you're pushing a car to those limits, you're pushing it to its limits. So, you know, and it's like I say, what I love about this game is it punishes you for anything. And it's not even a mistake, it's just, oh, listen to that Audi roar, that V10. I'm gonna jump on board with NXTGEN's beam. I feel like I'm giving that 77 commentator's curse, so I'm gonna back out of that. And Hankin, the beast from the east, after the pit window is closed, with 23 minutes left to go, has put himself in 10th position, being hunted down by Kevin in the 34 Lexus and hunting the number 11 Lexus. Lexus is for days. Need to have a go with the Lexus. Front engine we've got Pincher in 3rd position. RV Motorsport. So Fighter now, after all of that, is 2.8 behind NXTGEN's Bean, who seems to always be fighting, like I mentioned earlier. Does it? Short shift into 2nd there so he can keep his foot planted. I like it. Can he do anything here as they cross the start finish straight? What a roar that Lexus has. Ah, my God, it's you two. It's hard to read the numbers. 0.3, so 410 Mercedes is now 9.1 seconds behind the P1 of NXTGEN Lager, with 20 minutes left to go. These, I just can't believe the turn of events. I'm just looking for the number 46 on the Delta. Can't see him. We'll find him. Where is he? Anyway. So when I do my commentaries, I have a controller set up for the commentaries, a controller set up for driving, which is very rare, but because I have a wheel, and then I've got my wheel set up for all the different cars that I use. Now, oh no! The 946 Lexus, fortunately, made a mistake visiting the beach there. Oh god, I just love the sound of it. Listen to this. You can hit. Oh, that was beautiful. Oh, wow. He most certainly wants that position. Audi is continuing to put a ton of pressure. Oh, has he got the run? I am absorbed. I mean, I apologise if my commentary is not as intense as usual. I'm a little bit tired, but look at this. We've got fights everywhere. We're going to have to just jump back out quick as Hempy, wanting position off the identical Lexus of Hukan Lukan. Yeah, so what I was going to say was, if I go into driver mode here, just trying to explain my setups, I've took everything off, and I've left the track on, because obviously I want to see if any dots are close, because if the dots are close, then there's action, obviously I can move on to the action. Now you've just seen, I'm going to look to the, and you just see the radar in the middle, look. I left that on purpose because I find that really interesting, because if you're driving the car that we're currently in now, it's not what he uses, but when the car gets closer to you, anyone that plays this, of course, will know, but leaves the radar out. And look at this, look. As the radar, you can just see that car closing in. It's an indication of pressure. As the 946 is very, very kindly showing an incredible amount of sportsmanship to NXTGEN's Bean. And he has got a red LCD screen on the top left of his window, which I appreciate. Thank you very much, good sir. Makes it very easy to read. And with just over 15 minutes left to go of NXTGEN Season 3 GT3 World Tour Series Round 5 here at Misano, we have NXTGEN's Lager continuing to hold P1. Like I mentioned earlier, anything can happen in motorsport. We've had Pincher now take that position away from the 410. This is the problem, there's fights everywhere. I try my best, but my god is it difficult to keep on top of them. But he's now taking that position away and put the 410 Mercedes in podium position, but a third position, as he now chases him down, looking to take back second position away from the 77 Audi, currently 11 seconds away from NXTGEN's Lager. I thought he was in the sand then. It was 946, not 46. Sometimes when drivers go by, the numbers start to blur up. You can't see it. I thought he'd got in. I thought, oh, we're gonna have a three-way fight in a second. But like I say, anything can happen, and it's really incredible to see the events unfold. But here we are on board with the Bentley with a twin turbo V8 and an extremely low growl, and I really enjoy it as he goes past the start finish straight. Oh, what a sound. It's got a really nice low growl, so listening to the Mercedes, 410 Mercedes and the 77 Audi go past that start finish straight, which they're doing now, I'll treat you to that again. I'm going to have to jump back out because it looks like we've got another fight here. Yeah, the roar of the growl of the Mercedes, the grunt, and the real high end, what is almost the Italian Ferrari kind of esque. Just letting that engine note sing its way down the start finish straight at Misano. Just the sound of both cars reverberating off the pit wall is beautiful. So not quite the fight I wanted. Got the... Okay, so we have V-Spec hunting down the 98. Ferrari. Looking to make a move. But the Bentley has a twin-turbo V8 repositioned to the rear of the engine bay, and a race power of approximately 500 horsepower, which is about right, can produce close to 600, and a displacement of 4 cubic centimeters, 4,000 cubic centimeters, and a double wishbone suspension, front and rear, 4-way adjustable racing dampers. So and it looks like we're being treated to a few fights here, as the number 34, nope, 18, nope, yes, the number 18 of Leafy. Only a 396. Beautiful numbers. I'm liking Leafy in the chrome green Audi. As he is most certainly putting pressure with 11 minutes to go on the 34 Lexus. Is he able to make anything happen? This is most certainly the biggest fight on track. He has gone side by side. We've had a Wreckfest moment. So that's most certainly going to have put damage on the number 18 of the legend Leafy, who's now being hunted by Urban Turtle. So we'll jump on board with Who Can Lucan, and we're going to jump on board with Paul the Helicam Man, because he does a very good job of getting everyone in a shot. There you go, look. You can only but respect his craft. With under 10 minutes to go, with 46 leading the pack. And now making his way up towards Mazzano. Just getting all 4 cars in track. What a job. What a man. Through Rio do they go. To the left-hander at 120 kilometers an hour-ish. On the straight, up to a pretty decent braking section zone of Quercia into Tramonto, chasing the identical Lexus down. Love this shot. So the number 7 is only a second behind P4 of NXTGEN's Bean. So we've got NXTGEN Bean and Fighter fighting it out. Fighter is 6th in the NXTGEN leaderboard with 53 points, and NXTGEN's Bean is 8th on the leaderboard with 46 points, and Pincher, who won the last race, was leading this race, has unfortunately had a spin-off but is on incredible pace and now in 2nd position. He's 7th on the leaderboard, in between Fighter and Bean with 51 points. And above Fighter in 5th we have V-Spec with 54 points. 56 points goes to the RV Motorsport in 4th. Hankin in 3rd with 63 points. Unfortunately lower in the pack today, so that's certainly going to have an effect on his ratings. And Who Can Lucan with 66 points in 2nd place, and NXTGEN's Stewart, Mr. Lager, leading with 67 points and winning this race, with Pincher 51 points and NXTGEN Lager with 67. This is most certainly going to give Stewart a pretty big jump in the leaderboards. There's the 96 Ferrari, awesome retro colours, love it. Hunts the number 14 Honda of the second down. as now NXTGEN Stewart just exits Mazzano through Del Rocco. Can the number 96 in 15th position make anything happen as they go side by side? Has he made it stuck? He has indeed. Was he able to slow the car down in time, or is he able to get that position back? Looks like he's got a run. So we'll stay on board here a little minute because we've got a fight going on between Sakin and the Ferrari with the leader of round 5 here at Mazzano. I just love this. A little bit of camber. Brake, 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 brake. Lift. Ferrari wanting to make sure he keeps that position, but might have given back to the Honda as they now make their way through and up towards Mazzano. Honda being waved a blue flag as we see the bright orange liveried Bentley hunt down. NXTGEN Stewart flashing the number 14 saying let me through. And the faster driver, he has abided. He was well and truly in pursuit of fighting the 96. He's gonna, it looks like the 96 is on the brakes. Has he given that position away? Oh my gosh. I thought he was gonna concede the position, but then I think he's just ran wide, maybe even to give that back. And now we see P2 come join the party with P3 and the 108 Bentley, all in close succession here. And Lucan. Oh, is he going to get the inside run? Go, 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 go. He pushes his way up to the Taranto. Can he get the inside line to the 99 Lexus? No, he wants the racing line, so he wants to get the best exit he can. A little bit of contact there. Fortunately, he just let off the accelerator then as well, just to make sure there was no issues. So that's sportsmanship as they make their way. See, look at the camber there. Whoa, beautiful. Number 14 has spun out. And we have 46 on the last lap. And in between Pincher is the 96. And we have a yellow flag. The 14 car has beach to the right, making sure there's no issues with other cars on track. Waiting for drivers, it's awesome. And we have a fight on our hands here, so NXTGEN's going to take home P2. I'm not going to jump back on board. These guys are clearly fighting for position. It is the remaining lap. So who have we got here? Lucan with 66 points. And the number 2. I can't see the number 2. Is it Hempy? 11 points.
The leader has finished the race.
So congratulations to Stuart in the 46 Bentley. I can't jump off because we have a fight on our hands with Hempy and Lucan looking to capitalise. Are you going to get the inside line? Oh my god, as they hurtle their way up to the final penultimate corner of round 5 of Misano, into Misano, up to the start finish, do they go? That was incredible racing. I appreciate the fight, lads, well done. I can now jump on board with Hankin. He is next to cross the line in P10, so he's a solid race working his way from the rear of the pack. We've got NXTGEN's Lager bringing home a P1. Congratulations, sir, as NXTGEN's been right behind him, showing support to his fellow friend Stuart. And Pincher, the 77 in the pits, 410 in the pits, taking home P2 and P3. And NXTGEN's been, congratulations, with a well-deserved P4. Had a rough start last week, worked his way back through the pack, but still sort of roundabout medium. Is that Lucan? That's got to be Lucan. Yes, it is Lucan. Go on, lads. Let's. Can we get a four-way donut here? But that brings to an end of the round 5. Of the NXTGEN GT3 Season 3 World Tour Series, as Lucan makes his way to the pits. Is he going to give us what everyone wants after a week of racing as NXTGEN's Stuart? Is he going to be next to Stuart? No, Stuart goes to the pits. So congratulations to Stuart, taking over P1. Well done, Pincher. You've had a couple of offs there. You was pushing very, very hard. I'm not surprised that you've had them little offs, not in the sense of bad drivemanship, but just in the sense that, you know, you're driving hard, man. Congratulations. And you've also took home a P2, so very well done. The consistency of Stuart has took him home a P1. RV Motorsport in the 410 Mercedes took him home a podium of P3. NXTGEN's been with P4, my favourite position. Big love to you, sir. A lot of time for you as well. You've helped me a lot throughout my journey. Big shout out to the NXTGEN crew. Don't really know many of you. Kind of just go on Discord now, but nevertheless, I think you're a Facebook group. You're all a bunch of awesome lads. And Mr. Fighter bringing home a P5 in the number 7 Ferrari. Hempy in a P6, Lucan P7, followed by JMO, V-Spec, Hankin, the legend, in a 44 Audi, taking home P10, and Leafy, who was in a battle and had an off, taking a visit to the beach, putting him in P11, and we all do deserve some time at the beach. And Nally in P12, followed by Kevin, Grim, Nick, Sakin in the Honda, and Urban Turtle and the 55 Lexus. So, as the marshal waves a yellow flag for absolutely no reason at all, that brings us to a close of Next Gen Racing GT3 World Tour here at Misano.
Green light, give it all you can.
So, thank you to everyone that has watched. Thank you to everyone that's watching this as a video. Big shout out and support to you all. You all know what to do if you like the video and support me. Smash that button. I don't want to say the word, it's so overused, but it does help me content create. So we're going to see you next week. I don't know what round we are. I'm going to get more in touch with the boys. Like I say, I'm a Discord man, not necessarily Facebook, but I will get more in touch with these boys, find out more about the series, more about the drivers, give you guys more to go on as you watch the series unfold. But they are a bunch of awesome lads, and yeah, we're going to leave you on board with P1, and we have round 6 of the Next Gen Season 3 next week, followed by GLR on Saturday, and the TM Cup Season 1 round 4 at Snetterton with a safety car, in which I hope to see the legendary 44 arrive. Nevertheless, it's an absolute pleasure being on board with the Next Gen lads. They're all awesome. I get a lot of good vibes being here, so thank you for that. And I look forward to next Wednesday. Take care of yourself, everyone. I've been the Macabre King, and we will see you next time. Ciao, ciao.